guys, today I want to talk about the 8 essentials of an amazing team meeting. Thanks for sticking around. Today I want to talk about 8 amazing tips for your next team meeting. Whether you are a church, whether you are a startup, whether you have 1,000 employees and this is the executive meeting, whatever it is, there are things that we need in each meeting. We've all been in meetings that are horrible. We left the meeting and we literally go, I don't know what I learned. I don't know who led that meeting. Why did it go so long? So here's 8 simple tips to take into practically your next meeting. Number 1, creating a meeting agenda. Whoever's initializing or initiating this meeting should put together an agenda. And maybe the business owner is the person who's doing the meeting, but their assistant is doing the agenda, whatever it takes. The agenda is imperative, and it's also imperative to get this out ahead of time, which we'll talk about in a minute. But create the agenda. Get exactly to the point of what this meeting is for. The why of the meeting. Define that immediately. Number 2, bring all the voices into the conversation. One of the weirdest things I've ever been a part of is a meeting with 12 people and one person talks the whole time. Or even worse, the person at the end of the table who's super insecure just talks over everybody and shares 24/7 and doesn't give anybody else the collaborative opportunity. You as the leader absolutely needs to make it clear that everybody is supposed to bring something to the table. And honestly, you can set this in your agenda by asking or putting a couple things for specific people. So make sure you're collaborating and bringing everybody ahead and giving them enough time to prepare, because some people are natural introverts and want to be quiet. You as a leader need to make sure you're pulling that into that. Number 3, respect people's time. One of the most weird, awkward things of all time is we as entrepreneurs or business owners care so much about our time, but we care little about other people's time. Please make it clear the exact duration of a meeting and make it clear, hey, I want to respect your time. I want to respect Jimmy, your time, whoever it is. Make it a clear-cut point. I want to respect your time, and this is why. You matter, and the things we do outside of this meeting are going to matter way more than what we do inside this meeting. So respect people's time. Number 4, take a moment to recognize employees. The beginning of your meeting, the end of your meeting, whatever, take a time to recognize specific people at that table. Maybe it's 200 people. You can't go and recognize everybody, but you can celebrate specific people that are doing something that you want replicated across your culture. So celebrate, 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 recognize, point somebody out, make sure they feel seen in that meeting. Number 5, ask about roadblocks and concerns. You are the leader, you are there in charge and for a reason, and you want to create an opportunity to have vulnerability in your culture. This is done by asking, hey, are there any roadblocks in our current season that I can be a part of or I need to be aware of? Number 6, assign clear action items and takeaways. How many times have we been in meetings where we get done, like I said at the beginning, and we literally don't know why we were in the meeting? What? Cool, you just told me all these facts. Cool, you just told me how bad of an employee I am. What am I supposed to do with this? There needs to be actionable takeaways. In your agenda, put a CTA. This is the call to action. This is the thing I specifically want from this meeting. All right, now these are the exact things that you need to do personally to get across the board. And maybe you're a small startup and there's 5 people and you literally go through, hey, this is what I need done from you. Do you understand? And go across the board. That would be super helpful as well. Share the meeting notes with all attendees. So I put this one literally as a number because you need to share the notes like beforehand, obviously, like a week before, because there's a specific statistic that says however long the duration of the meeting is, usually 2 to 3 times of time needs to be put into preparation for each person. So if you have a 30-minute meeting, it's probably about an hour, hour and a half work of time that they're taking to prepare for this meeting. So make sure you get it ahead of time, and during the meeting, print them out, put them on the table. Maybe you're just meeting on Zoom. Share it in your Slack group so you can have it up and share your screen. Number 8, ask team members for feedback. Ask them for the most clear feedback. Maybe at the end of the meeting, say, hey, does anyone have any feedback for our team meeting today? Leave it open. And if you are the leader you say you are, and if you've led this meeting correctly, there should be vulnerability and say, hey, maybe we should start with wins. I don't feel like we as a team are celebrating enough, or we're celebrating too much. We're not talking about the things that we're not doing well. Whatever it is, always ask for feedback. And if you want to, what I would do, 24 hours after your meeting, set maybe even an automated email or Slack message to those people and have them rate the meeting and then give one thing that they would want in the next meeting. So always creating a culture where people can share, give their best ideas, and feel like they're actually a part of the team, not just a zombie getting paid. Number 9, I said 8, but we're gonna do 9. This is the bonus one. Have somebody else lead your meeting. I know. You're the leader, you spent all that time starting your company, I get it. But letting somebody else lead the meeting that you've consistently led is not only empowering them to think on their own and say, hey, you don't have to lead this meeting just how I did. Don't, because you're not me. I have a different personality, I have different traits and leadership qualities that, you know what, you would crush this. You should lead the next meeting, and guess what, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna champion you in front of everybody, and I'm just gonna leave. I've done this so many times where about an hour before a meeting, everything's planned, prepared, and I will just give somebody a text or phone call. Hey, I would love for you to lead this meeting. You've been leading regardless, today's your day. And this is giving an opportunity for people to have a platform, because you as a leader are a platform. You don't want a platform, you want to be a platform. So those are 9 tips that I would love to see in every single culture in your team meetings. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it means the world to me. We're creating content every single week, whether that be conversations with friends, whether that be leadership tips, whatever it is. We always want to add value to you, the viewer, and anyone watching this on any of the social platforms. Thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, all the things that you guys know how to do that you've heard 1,000 times. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned.